Hey everyone, welcome to today's extreme declutter and organize. We do this a lot on this channel, but today we are ruthless.
Keep, donate, keep, wash.
I'm going to go through the house and get rid of the things that we don't need and go through some of the tips and tricks that I am trying to implement in my own life to prevent the house continuing to get cluttered. We have a lot of people in the house, a lot of moving parts, and it does get cluttered. It needs to be organized frequently. So today we are going to start that and we are going to just go all in. I hope you're ready.
Bye, baby girl.
I love you.
Love you.
I love you the most.
I love you more than the most.
I love you the mostest. Okay, for real. Chris was taking them out to Ultimate Frisbee this evening so I could have a moment to breathe, and I took the opportunity to start into my bedroom. The drawer right here is full of my jeans, and it is something that I have been struggling through for quite a bit, but I did not have the time or the mental capacity to take care of it until today, and wow, what a transformation. Are we doing skinny anymore? Are we not? I never know with these trends what's good, what's not. I just do what works for me. And right now, I don't really like constricting clothes, so I have not been wearing skinny jeans very often. So I think now that I've pulled everything out and I realize I don't really have as much as I used to have or that I thought, I think I'm going to actually transfer all of my workout clothes over to here because I'm accumulating a lot of those and kind of go from there. What I'm going to do first is just fold everything I know I'm going to keep and then see how it looks. So I've seen like really trendy ways of folding and I don't really know that they're any better than any other way. I mean, let's try it.
Another broken plate.
I don't know. All I know is I need to vacuum my floor.
The heart attack. Words that we can't take back. We are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the second floor,
I have adopted the whole KonMari. I have adopted her folding style, and at first it really didn't make sense to me, but it really does help save space. So I fold my shirts like normal and then I just fold them one extra time. That has helped me a lot. As for jeans, I don't really notice any difference. I guess it would make a difference if I was displaying them going vertical, but since I'm not and they're going in a drawer, I just kind of fold them and kind of almost roll them up so they're easy to get to. I still can't identify the ones that I need the most. I've got quite a few that I did not put back, so I'm actually going to put those on my Macari app. I'll try to put a link down below. I don't know if I can or not, but you can find me on there. I am going to be donating any clothes that I can't sell. Okay, this is how I do it. Let me just clarify. I will give away anything that I get rid of. What someone doesn't want, I will try to sell. What is not something I can sell, I will donate. If it's got holes or really bad stains or tears, then those go in the trash. Now I realize why everything's over there. You got to do what works for you. And if you spend a lot of time and effort in putting something somewhere, but it doesn't work for you in the moment or eventually, just just put it somewhere else. I have held on to something in a certain place because I took so much time to put it there and it looked so pretty, but it wasn't really the most functional for me. And I have just learned to just count it all as lost and just put it where it is best for you. I have talked about this in the past also when it comes to anything that you have. If you organize your stuff and it is where you're going to access it, it works the best that way. So, I do very extreme examples, but, if the paper towels work best, putting them in your bathroom, then you should put them in your bathroom. If kids' diapers and wipes work better in the entryway or in your bedroom, put them there. You want to make sure that the decluttering is helping you organize, but the organization is helping you with saving time in your life. And so for us, I have recently realized that Emma's nighttime diapers and some of her wipes do better in my room. So I'm making a spot for her in my room because we always have a little downtime before bed, and that is when we get her dressed after her bath. So that's what works for us. So you really do have to make this personalized, make it work for you. Don't just follow what somebody else is doing online or anywhere like that. Now, that's a great place to start because it starts getting you moving and it gets the momentum going. But feel free to make it work for you. Anything that I show you, anything that anyone else shows you, you want to modify it so it works the best for your life. So when I am going through my clothes, especially, I feel like I have more of an emotional attachment to these types of things, especially because, we spend our money on them, and how our clothes, what we put on our bodies can really influence how we feel about ourselves. So if you have something and yes, you spent money on it, or maybe it was a gift, but it doesn't make you feel amazing, you don't feel excited to wear it, you don't look forward to wearing it, you don't feel beautiful wearing it, let this be your opportunity to let it go.
It took me forever to find you.
Okay, night drawer. My favorite thing of clothes ever. I look forward to good night clothes. So I got these from Target and these are good. I'm gonna keep these. Keep, donate, keep, wash. I wear my night clothes 2 nights in a row. I take a shower at night, so I just throw them back in here. Keep. These are my mom's from the 90s. Totally keeping them.
I will also double fold or roll, as you see here, my night clothes. I will generally put any of the matching sets together and then fold them in one so it's easy to just grab. This has helped me save space and be able to identify what I'm trying to get quickly. So this method is amazing for this. For the shorts, it's kind of hard because they're tiny, but other than that, I think it works really, really great. Now I'm moving on into my closet. This closet is a newer closet for me. I do have the video where we did our entire renovation in here. I guess makeover is what I should call it. We used modular closets and it has been wonderful. But what you get is only as wonderful as how you take care of it. And so at the end of that video, it was just trying to get things done. Chris was going out of town, so I just threw some of my intimates in here and socks and other things like that. And I never really organized it. In the back of my head, I was like, you know what, I'm going to tackle it. But things just kept, coming up. And then you forget about it. It's out of sight, out of mind until you come in here every single day and you're like, I've got to take care of this. So in this type of situation, if you know there's a thing that needs to be done, just make a Post-it note or write it down somewhere so you see it. I am someone who needs to see it or I will forget about it. When I walk away, it is completely done to me. So I was really glad that I had this on the forefront of my mind. I wrote it down. I've been making these lists and it has been really great. It has helped me so much. I wake up in the morning. I do not get on social media because that will wreck my day, and I mean that literally, and I will just start making a list, and it feels so good when I cross those things out, and it helps me stay on top of the things that are important. Chris and I actually switched sides of the bed, and so I'm taking his stuff and putting it back on his side, and then he kind of handed me my items and I just threw them in here. So now I'm going to organize them so they're easy to get to in the evening. I will keep any medications, vitamins, supplements that I take at night in my drawer, as well as any of my face serums and Trenchanoan and things like that. Anything that I need in the evening, I just put it in my nighttime drawer. This is another example of doing what works for you. A lot of this would probably do better in my bathroom, but I know that this is where I'm going to reach for it, and this is where it serves me the best. So this is where I've got it. They're all child locked, like the medications and the supplements, so I'm not worried that Emma would get into it. Otherwise, I would have it on, somewhere higher up. So tackling this is his part of the drawer, and I really couldn't do much with it. So I'm going to head to the other side where I have some of my items, and I'm going to clean this out. This has been a catch-all for me. I think it is important. I just want to put this out there. We need catch-alls, okay? It is so satisfying and wonderful to have every place in your house organized. But I think it is also really important to allow yourself a space. Junk drawers are important, and it's okay to go after them and clean them out, but it's also okay to have a drawer that you throw things into when you can't tackle it right now. And birthday cards and old receipts and little pictures and notes, that's what I have these bins for, and that's what's in here. So, I used to want to have every single square inch of my home and life organized. And although I do aspire to have that, I also allow myself to have a drawer. So I give myself these little boxes here. I got them from Home Goods years ago, and when we moved into the house, I believe. And I just throw stuff in here, and I will tackle it when I can tackle it. But this is a great place. It's out of sight, it's out of mind. But I know that if I am in a hurry and I need to get things off of my counters where I'm looking at it right away, I just throw it in this box and I'll tackle it when I can. So allow yourself to have a box, a drawer, or something like that. Now, when we get into a closet or a room, listen, that's going to get a little too overwhelming. So if you can get yourself a special little drawer that's your drawer to throw things in, I think that's okay. Just, you do have to be disciplined to go through it every few months so it doesn't get too out of hand, because if it gets too big, it's going to be too overwhelming, and then what's going to happen? We're not going to tackle it. So, be realistic on what you can handle and what you can manage, but it is okay to have a drawer. It is okay to have a box or something like that to put things in. I actually have multiple boxes. This is for like pictures and receipts, but then in my closet, I have an organized box of just like all of my Mother's Day cards and birthday cards. I have a box for just pictures. I have a little zipper folder for receipts and things like that. So, we can have organized, quote unquote, clutter, if you will, because it is, old cards and pictures and stuff. It is clutter if you don't have it displayed nicely, but there are things that are sentimental, and I think it is okay to allow yourself some spaces as long as it's in the limitations of things that you can handle.
Okay, so this is going to be really hard going through my makeup. The last time I did a declutter, I had put things in here knowing that if I did not try to get them or search for them or even think about them, that it needed to go. And yeah, I don't even know how long Saint makeup is good for, but I really do like their products. I really like their eye products, but they do not have very clean ingredients. So that's a little bit of a downer for me for sure. This is way too light. This is always too light. I never go back to it. I never go back to it. Oh, I didn't even know I had this. That looks nice. A little mini. Oops. This is good for cleaning brushes. Oh, I don't ever wear those. Are you new? No. that. Totally forgot I had this. Okay, I love City Lips. I love City Lips. I love City Beauty. I love all of their products. But for some reason, this particular batch tasted new to me. So I didn't end up using it. Which is sad because I really do like it. Okay, that one was fine. I think it was just the one.
Truthfully, my sense of smell and my sense of taste are the worst. I have sinus issues, so I sometimes don't even realize that I am not smelling things or tasting things properly until it comes back and I'm like, whoa, that's wild. So I love City Beauty. I love Dime Beauty. I use both of those on a regular basis. I do really love the City Beauty or the City Lips. It's incredible. Like I said, I use both of them, so I will share both of those products. But if you do want like a good lip plumper, City Lips is just incredible. So good. I actually had the babysitter come over and she was adoring all of the products, so I just let her have them. So I know I can get more if I need them, and she was more excited about them and more excited than I am going to use them. It was like they had sent a whole bunch to me, and then there's a lot, the lip glosses I had purchased with my own money. It was like a BOGO, but I wanted to add extra to get like the BOGO sale. So there's a lot that I don't use just because I don't use darker colors on a normal basis. So I was happy to give them to her, and she was so happy. So this is the following day. I have been wanting to tackle these cords forever, and this is the day. So I'm writing down what all the cords are so I can make labels for them. I got this little container off of Hobby Lobby, or from Hobby Lobby. You can most definitely purchase it from Michael's and from Amazon, so I'll put a link down below. But this is going to be great to be able to grab our cords because it is always in this green container you'll see in a minute, and they're always jumbled together, and I'm over it. I threw 90% of the large cords away, but these are all of the tiny little cords that I think really will benefit us. So putting them in these little containers is going to help be able to get it quickly. I don't know if you guys have seen those clear zipper cases. Those are also really good for any of your bulkier items. Like I have this label maker and some other things that are a little more bulky that would be perfect for. It has a little give. When I was on Instagram, I saw someone see them, or I saw someone show that they had gotten some from Target. So I don't know that for a fact, but I would just Google it. I'm sure Amazon has it. I'm sure. I did not see any in the dollar store, but you would definitely want something like the zipper case because it has a little give to it if it's a bulkier item. I like the clear cases, but because you can also label them and you can organize it very nicely. So that's another option if you've got bulky items. Like I've got some of these extension cords, like I said, the label maker, even any of my outlet covers. That would be great for a clear zipper case. I want to encourage you to start to declutter before you go out and buy any of your bins or boxes, baskets, anything like that. You want to go ahead and start that so you know exactly what you need, and that will prevent spending any unnecessary money. Now, when I was starting my journey on YouTube many moons ago, I've been on here about 7 years now, I would go out and just buy all the things because that's just what it felt like you were supposed to do. I have decluttered and organized and deep cleaned my homes since I was 5 years old, and that is not an exaggeration. It is something I have always done for just joy because it makes me so happy. It helps decompress me. There's so many things that I love about it. So it's quite fitting that I'm on here now. But when I started my YouTube journey, it did definitely feel like products were being pushed on us constantly, and I felt like I had to buy them to keep up. But one thing I have realized that is most definitely not necessary. So I try to stress to you all that although I will share items that I genuinely love and I will do some sponsored things, don't go out and buy things that you don't need. If you can make do with what you have, then that is exactly all you need. But decluttering first is so essential. That way you know exactly what needs a bin and what does not. Now, all of the bins that I have purchased over the years, I have used a lot, and some are actually sitting in my garage. Thankfully, I like to go to my friends and family's homes and help them declutter and organize, sometimes on YouTube and a lot of times not. And I will use any of my overflow for them. So it definitely has paid itself off. But I have learned my lesson throughout the years, and I do not go and buy things unless I need it. This is one of those items that I purchased so many years ago and I never needed it. And I knew that I wanted to use it, but I didn't know what to use it for. Well, guess what? I actually got rid of it in one of my big swoops of ruthless decluttering. And then now, here it is years later, I'm like, you know what? I actually do need one. So I went and I picked it up at Hobby Lobby. I could really be down on myself for purchasing this so many years ago and then getting rid of it and then turning around and purchasing it again. But if I would have just waited and had a purpose for it first, then I would have never had to repurchase it. I would have never had to declutter it in the first place. So I want to encourage you all, declutter first, put your things in a pile, get your pad and pen or whatever you have out and start putting things with like items so you know exactly what you need. You saw I had my pen and paper there and I was getting ready to make labels. It has helped me so incredibly much writing things down. It helps me to keep on task and stay focused and see exactly what I need. I have so much going on in my mind, so when I can write things down, it has helped me tremendously. That is a practice I have been taking up more and more and being extremely disciplined in, with writing my to-do list and the things that I need down, and also just random things in my head. It has helped me so much. I have been able to make appointments that I need. I have been able to group things in order of importance that I need. It has just helped me so much. So I know this kind of went all over the place. The purpose of me saying all this is don't go buy what you don't go buy anything until you know what you need it for, and then when you do, put all your like items with like items, put them on a notepad or in your phone. I prefer pen and paper, that's just me. And then you'll be able to get the things that you need without spending any extra money. This part of going through my items is a very mindless task for me, kind of like just scrolling endlessly. I love doing this. I don't have to put a lot of mental thought into it. I just do it. I just get rid of what doesn't need to be here, and I put aside the things that Chris needs to go through. So that is another thing. It just helps me decompress in such an amazing way, and it's so much more beneficial for my mind than doom scrolling on social media, which I am limiting so incredibly much. I'll even put a timer on and say 15 minutes, and then I will post my reels. I'll send them to TikTok, I'll send them to Threads, and then I will respond to any comments that may come in, and then I'll hop right back off of the platform. Just for me, I've learned what I can manage and what I can't manage, and there are times where I'm fine with just scrolling, but generally it just doesn't put me in a very good place, and it really robs my productivity. And I am just at a place in my life where I'm not willing to allow anything else to steal my joy or rob me of my productivity or get in the way of me being disciplined and doing the things that I need to do. So if social media does that for you, I want you to also be mindful of those things. Only follow accounts that really bring you value and joy. Follow accounts that make you feel better about yourself, encouraged, inspired, and motivated. If there is any account that makes you feel less than, not good enough, or like you're doing something wrong in your life and you just leave the platform feeling worse, don't get me wrong, there is always room for healthy conviction, always. But if there is someone that you're following that you don't feel like is really benefiting you and bringing value into your life, you have the control and the power to just unfollow. So I've had to do that to even people that I really enjoy. I find myself not feeling the best, and then I turn around and I walk away, and that's okay. Sometimes just muting people is very beneficial too. When you put your head down and get to work and do the things that are important in your life, there are times where you will have to just pretty much close out the world behind you, and that is totally okay. I am in a place in my life where I want to really just focus on my family, live a slower life, quit being influenced by so many things, and just focus on the things that are important, like taking care of my home and creating an environment that is healthy and safe for my family.
You go take him in there and show him his Josiah. Whoa, silly girl.
Water boiling now.
Okay, I got you. Oh, I'd like to have this out. Your certificate of ordination.
The following day, I am going to put all of the files together. This is something that we've been needing to do. I used to work, I would say corporate America. I'm not going to give out the exact place I used to work for, but it was a trucking company, along with other sit-down corporate America jobs. And this was one of my favorite things to do. I had a very, very organized desk there. I loved my cubicle. It was my little safe haven. Everything had a place. And when I would start the job or I'd have new projects come in, I would always have so much fun organizing all the file folders and all the little bins. It was my favorite thing. So this brought back some really good memories. I really loved working. I'm not someone who likes to just sit around. Although I am an introvert, I'm definitely a homebody. I like to be on the go. I only tend to limit my exposure to people because I get overwhelmed, and I do suffer from social anxiety. So those types of situations can definitely drain my battery quickly. But I do miss working out in the workplace. I will say becoming a stay-at-home mom has been harder on my mental health, actually, because I feel like you had no choice. I had to get up. I had to go to work. I was a single mom of two. Bills had to be paid, and it didn't matter if you were having a good day or a bad day. You had to show up. And there has to be something said about that, because back in the day when I went to school in the 90s, parents didn't really coddle you. If you didn't feel good, if you didn't have a fever or you didn't have a stomach bug, you were going to school. It didn't matter if you were having a mental health day or you needed the world to slow down for you a little bit. And although I think it is so beautiful and amazing how we are embracing different types of people and different types of mental illness, I think there's so much to be said for that involvement and that movement in society. I think there also has to be something said for, you got to get up and you got to face it. whether you like it or not. And so I will say, when I'm doing these types of things, when it comes to like the desk or organizing my files and my papers, I love it. It brings back such good memories. I also felt so good about myself showing up because I was struggling a lot behind closed doors. But when I walked through the doors of my job, there was no more time for that. So I think there also has to be something to be said about just showing up, whether you feel like it or you don't. And the same can be said about decluttering and cleaning your home. You may not feel like it, you may not want to, but you will feel so proud of yourself once you do. So I've got everything organized here. I know this is going to get filled up so much more. I've got some other papers in the attic and other places that I need to go through. But for now, this is such a good start. And I wanted this space to be really convenient for Chris because he sits here and he works a lot. He runs an AC business and it is more than full time. We run it together, plus on top of doing YouTube. So it's a lot. And I wanted him to have a place where he can come to here and just work and get in the zone, in the flow, because he deserves that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really enjoy spending the day with you, and I had a good time making this video because it feels so good to have it all done. So if you want to spend more time with me every single week, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd love for you to consider joining our YouTube family here. I love each and every one of you. I've learned so much from you all, and it's just great to have a wonderful, encouraging community here online. Your little online bestie right here to hang out with you every single week to motivate you and to encourage you. And don't forget to like this video. It's just a very small token of saying that you like the video. It helps me out. It helps my channel out a ton. YouTube loves it when we like videos. If you haven't heard today how much you are loved, let me be the first to tell you. You are loved and you are worthy, and you can make this world a better place. I cannot wait to see you guys for future videos. See you next week. Bye, friends.